G'day, this is Phil from Human Nature, and you're listening to Ben Murphy. Ben Murphy? Who the heck is Ben Murphy?
Hi, I'm Ben Murphy, and welcome to my program, Ben Murphy is Getting to Know, where every week I take some time to get to know my guest, their talents, their success, and what drives them. Today, I am a little giddy with nervous energy. My guest is a hugely successful performer who, along with his three best mates, has seemingly conquered the world. With 16 ARIA nominations, they have released 13 studio albums, 4 of which went to #1 in Australia, garnering 27 platinum awards, 19 top 40 singles, and 5 top 10 hits worldwide. In 2006, they debuted an album of Motown classics, which saw their star shoot further and brighter than they imagined, garnering huge success in the USA and landing them a residency on the world-famous Las Vegas Strip, which they still dominate today. They quite literally have reached that performer's dreams of having their name in lights. Though that certain little global issue that shall not be named has paused tours and shows running overseas, it has allowed our guest, who now has added having an OAM, Order of Australia, to one of his many credits, a chance to record this winter's biggest hit, Broken Humans, with Guy Sebastian, and also allowed him to spend some quality time with his wife and 2 children, and perhaps even more exciting for Australian fans, has allowed us the chance to see him on tour performing songs from their incredible new EP, Good Life. Please welcome from Human Nature, Phil Burton.
G'day, how you going?
Oh, look, I'm super excited. I've got to admit, I'm a little bit nervous. I've been a fan of Human Nature for years and years, so this is a little bit shaky today.
Oh, don't be. I'm a completely humble guy. I was just, my food taster was just telling me just the other day how humble I am.
I know, I just saw that off camera, that person lifting up the spoon to your mouth and you're taking little mouthfuls off camera. There was very bit of Mariah Carey action going on there. It's very exciting. Hey, I've got to ask, despite the pandemic and global shutdown happening at the moment, you must be absolutely thrilled to be back in Australia.
Yeah, it is really great to be back. We spent 11 years in Las Vegas, which was a fantastic experience, but Australia, at heart, Australia was always home, and so to be back here now is a really great thing. But, for all 4 of us to be here and actually being able to tour around Australia, we get shut down here and there and things are getting postponed because of lockdowns and quarantines. But even still, just the opportunity to be back out there and seeing people is great.
Having the shutdowns and things changing all the time, does that make you hungry more to get out there and come back to the Australian fans?
It really does, yeah, particularly with the touring we're doing at the moment. We're travelling around regional Australia, so we're seeing parts of Australia that we either haven't seen in about 15 or 16 years or have never seen. So we're getting to meet new people, see new places, and also not only is it for us a really great experience, but the fans are telling us that for us to come to their town instead of them having to come to a capital city to see us, they're loving that. So it really is a two-way street and it's working fantastically well. So anytime that we're going to get shut down, it actually is a real disappointment because we want to get out there and do more and more of these sort of shows.
I must imagine it must be quite disappointing too for people that, you've been away for 11 years, hanging your hat off in Las Vegas, and people must be super excited to hear that you're coming, and then to have that sort of ripped away last minute must be a little bit tough.
Yeah, I guess so. But the positive side is when we actually do get to do the shows, they're really great. We're having the time of our lives getting out there. And like you said, Las Vegas was a great opportunity, and we would come back from that to do tours in Australia. But because of the limited amount of time, we were tending to just do capital cities and then we'd leave again. And then we'd jump in and do some capital cities and leave again. So to have the time now to go out and visit regional Australia is just awesome.
Have you had a favourite town that you've got out, or it's all pretty special to you?
Oh, it's hard to say. There's some towns that we've never been in before that were really lovely. Just the other day, we were in Renmark in South Australia, and that's a beautiful place on the Murray River. And we'd never been there before, and just beautiful, just a really gorgeous little town. And there's some places up in Queensland, New South Wales. We haven't done regional Victoria yet, so I can't judge any of the new places down there. But But yeah, there's just some amazing places where you look around and think, wow, this country really has some beautiful spots.
Now, there's no question that Human Nature was and is a huge global success. Does part of you still wish, though, you were still called your original name of 4 Tracks?
No, there isn't a part of me that wishes that. We were doing, we were doing a cabaret style show in the RSL clubs around Sydney. So I don't even think that kind of genre of cabaret show in RSL club exists anymore. I think every showroom's been overtaken by pokies. So we were in there we were in there in the heyday, I guess. So to still be called the 4 Tracks and trying to eke out a cabaret style living, no, you can take that one. Thanks very much.
Well, it's not quite 4 tracks, but the new EP, Good Life, has 5 tracks, and it's excellent. And of course, for those who have as yet not had a listen, it's on Spotify. Along with the incredible song Broken Human with Guy Sebastian, you have Nobody Just Like You, Good Life, Don't Lose Heart, and Planets. Which is your personal favorite?
I would say Broken Humans is a particular favorite because it's just got this amazing message in the song. And it's a really powerful song to sing, and having Guy Sebastian on there is great. My other favourite would probably be Good Life. I think it's a bit of a banger, that one. So yeah, I think that's a pretty cool song too.
Do you listen to your own music when you're driving and hanging out, or it's more of a work thing? You can't just enjoy it as fans do?
Actually, with this new stuff, I can enjoy it more than usual. A lot of the time I'll be listening to Human Nature stuff and it's more, I'm analysing it and trying to listen to where things could be improved and things like that. So that's a bit of a shame that you can't just get sort of lost in the music. But with these new songs, I don't know, maybe it's come with age and experience, I don't know, or it's just the particular types of songs that they are. But I find I can lose myself in the enjoyment of listening to these new songs much more than I could in the past.
Do you whack it on when you're on tour in the car, all 4 of you singing along in the car, or not quite enjoying it that much?
I don't know if we go that far, but if it comes on, we don't fast forward it or anything like that anymore. We'll gladly listen to it and enjoy it.
Well, yourself and the boys from Human Nature are currently touring Australia on the Good Life tour. Is the touring more exhausting than the Vegas residency?
It is a little bit more tiring. The travel takes it out of you a lot. We were doing 5 shows a week in Las Vegas, and now and again there would be a 6th show or something on one of the 2 days off. So that was pretty exhausting in itself, and we did need to make sure that we rested up and we got regular breaks. But as you said, though, we didn't have to travel for hours between gigs. It was 25 minutes to home, and then that was it. So each in their own way tires you out in a certain way. I don't think we could continue a 5-show week for too many weeks in a row in Australia when you're travelling 3 or 4 hours between gigs as well. I mean, that would kill you pretty quickly.
Yeah, you've got to sleep sometime.
That's right. Whereas in Vegas, it's the other way around. If you went and partied straight after every show for 3 or 4 hours every night, then you wouldn't be able to keep it up either.
Is having a Vegas residency like it is in the movies? Do you have the big casino boss that's yelling at you and screaming at you going, you got to get tickets, you got to do this set, you got to do this, and all of that sort of stuff, or not quite like that?
I wish it was like that. That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Being right in there, that movie style thing. The reality of it is it's a business. We would rent the room in the casino. So basically we pay a rental, which they allow us to use the room, and then we share in the ticket sales, or we basically take the income from the ticket sales. So it's basically like you're setting up shop inside a shopping centre.
Okay.
Not to take away, it's probably a little bit more glamorous than your average Westfields, but
well, I don't know. Westfield Doncaster's pretty schmick these days.
Yeah, and I know what's the other one down there, Chadstone. We did Chadstone. Something there, and that was a bit odd. So that's very la-di-da for a shopping centre.
Now, we've got to address the elephant in the room. The media, as always, loves spreading gossip, whether accurate or not. And the rumour mill has it that you've left Human Nature. Is that true?
That is not true. No, that is not true. What does come into play is that I have decided not to go back to Vegas at any point. As I said before, my family and I have decided to pull up stumps, and we've come to Australia to live permanently again. it's, Australia was always my home, and that was always going to happen. It felt like around 2020, particularly with COVID hitting and all that sort of stuff, it just felt like it was the right time for me to head home and be with my family and that sort of thing. So basically, the only difference when it comes to Human Nature is if there is another Vegas residency in the future, I won't be involved in that. But anything else to do with Human Nature, touring Australia, recording other countries, visiting other countries, even a visit back to Vegas, fantastic. Yeah. I'm still involved in all of that. I just don't want to live anywhere else other than Australia anymore.
Well, was that a hard conversation to have with the other band members?
A little bit, but they took it well, and I think we've always been very democratic and diplomatic in what we do as a group. So I don't think any of us would have tried to force anyone to do something that they really didn't want to do anymore, or try to stop someone from doing something that was going to make them happy. So, yeah, in the end, it worked out pretty well. And with the whole business planning of things in the future, Human Nature is still full steam ahead, particularly here in Australia.
Oh, that's really, really exciting to see, because, I think fans were quite upset thinking that they may never get to see the four of you together again. So I think it's great to hear that that's not the case. And with the media twisting things and taking your name and making up own stories and exaggerating, it's one of the downfalls of fame. Is there something else that's been a downfall of fame that before you became as successful as you have been that you weren't aware of?
No, not particularly. I think we're really lucky coming from Australia and being pretty down-to-earth guys ourselves, in that our fans are very down-to-earth as well. So we've never had any problem with fans going a bit over the top or anyone turning into a stalker or anything like that. We've always so that side of fame has never been a problem. I think, sometimes the media twisting and turning things and just for the sake of a little bit of drama, sometimes that gets a bit much. But look, that's just part of life when you're a performer, I guess. So no, I can't say there's been many downsides at all. It's pretty enjoyable. I guess to keep that level of fame, you have to work very, very hard. It's probably a lot easier to get famous than it is to stay famous. So I think working to keep ourselves in the public eye and keep ourselves relevant has probably been a lot more of an ongoing challenge than we thought. But we've always been really, we've really loved work. We've got great work ethic, all four of us, so we're very passionate about what we do. So even though the work is very, very hard to try and stay relevant and up there, we really enjoy it.
With that said, with you always working and evolving to stay relevant, is that how the collab with Guy Sebastian came about?
I guess so. I don't think that was a particular thing where we were thinking of relevance at the time when we wanted to work with Guy. We've known Guy for about, when did he win Idol? It was like early 2000s.
2001 or something, yeah.
We've known him pretty much that whole time. We share a record label, we share management. We keep bumping into him at functions and all that sort of thing. So it's become a really great friendship, and it happened really organically in that when Andrew wrote the song Broken Humans, he actually thought that it would work with someone as a duet. Just from a lyric point of view, it's talking about humans being together and respecting each other and loving each other for their differences. So to have it as a duet really does work. And so he just actually sent the song to Guy and said, "Hey, mate, do you reckon you might want to do this one with us?" And he wrote back, straight away he responded, was like, "Yep, I love that song. It sounds like one I would have written myself, so count me in." So it happened really organically in the end. I think maybe one of the things that we think now is, why didn't it happen sooner?
It's a brilliant song. I've had it on repeat. I've got it on my phone as my alarm to wake me up every morning, because it's one of those great songs that I sort of feel it can feel happy if you're in a happy mood, and it can also feel a bit sad if you're feeling a bit melancholic. It suits almost any mood that you have. It's beautiful.
True, yeah. I think it's one of the strongest songs that Andrew and Mike have ever written, to be honest. I think it's a really, really beautiful song. And
all four of you sound incredible on it, so congratulations to you all. Now, that sound that we just heard means it's time to play rapid-fire questions. 60 seconds. Okay. 60 seconds on the clock, and you need to answer as many questions with one-word answers as you can. Phil Burton of Human Nature, are you ready?
Ready.
Okay.
That was one word. See? Ready.
Your time starts now. Who in the group is most likely to arrive late?
Andrew.
Who was more friendly to you, Celine Dion or Michael Jackson?
Celine Dion.
Performing on a big stadium stage or at home playing with the kids?
Playing with the kids.
Which member of human nature would agree that they're the diva of the group?
Andrew.
Who is the team spirit, Mr. Positive?
Sometimes me.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yes, it does. Sometimes.
What scares you more in this modern world, raising a daughter or raising a son?
Raising a daughter, definitely.
Your favorite human nature song of all time?
Telling everybody.
Least favorite human nature song?
Whisper Your Name, but not the Whisper Your Name from the first album, the Whisper Your Name from the third album.
Finally, should everyone jump on their streaming service and download the new EP, Good Good Life, now?
Absolutely.
Phil Burton with Human Nature and their new album, Good Good Life, is available to purchase and stream now, as is their entire backlog of hit after hit after hit. Phil Burton, OAM, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks so much, Ben. Appreciate it.